So, Abella, you have recently moved over to the other side of the camera. You started directing. Can you tell us what prompted that happening?
Okay, so I found myself really wanting to be a director because my favorite directors are women. So it was just kind of like, why are there not more female directors? Like, there's so many. There are, especially compared to when I first got into. So I can only imagine even before, because I've only been in for 6 years. But
Mhm.
I've seen more and more female directors, and it's just so different to have in front of a female director than it is to a woman and than it is to shooting in front of a man. And it's just kind of like sometimes I would be on set and I would be like, whoa, like I'm the only girl here. Like it would be the male director, the male PM, the male. And then it's just like, I don't know, it's so comforting to have like a girl there to, I would say protect you. Not that like you're not protected when but it's like, okay, so like the best way I could describe it is when you're shooting for a guy director and the guy's having wood problems, the guy director most of the time will like sympathize with the guy because they know how it is, like when not to get wood. But then like, so one of my favorite female directors, like she'll be like, "What's wrong with you? Like, why can't you get hard for her?" Like she like feels bad for me because like, which is like honestly, guy people don't think about it, but when a guy can't stay hard for a girl, like that really kind of like blows their self-esteem for a little bit because you're just like, what am I doing wrong that you can't? I don't know. So it was like a mixture of things. Like I wanted to like, and I love shooting girls' first scenes because it just, I like to make them feel like really comfortable and like know that they have like an ally there. Like I understand what it's like I've been in your shoes. So and I just wanted to like capture people having like really amazing, like I never really like tell people like what to do. Obviously, if, like I can't see anything, I'm like, open up a little bit. But like
Yeah.
I kind of just like let girls like have fun, and I love dressing them and making them look super cute and just so many things. I love, love, love directing. I love performing a little bit more though because it's a lot more stress free. I will say that.
Yeah, because what a lot of people may not realize is that in the industry with directing comes producing. You
Oh,
don't get to just direct. You
yeah.
have 10 other hats
Yeah,
to
it's
wear.
like last minute cancellations and like people not testing and like so many things that can go wrong. Like even the night before, the day of, and I'm just like, like I wish I could. Like it's so much easier when you just show up and like just have.
Yeah.
It is definitely more rewarding, like directing in a sense because you're just like you get to like watch this thing that you made and you like got to like make the performers happy and then make the millions of people that are watching it happen. So it's like this really cool like chain reaction that I
Mhm.
got to be a part of.
What was there anything about was there anything that you learned from directing that maybe made you realize why made you like kind of be like give you an aha moment with performing? Do you know what I mean? Like when you perform sometimes and directors want something specific and then you're like,
Yes.
oh,
So
why do I have to do this or whatever? And then you
yes.
direct, you're like,
Yes, yes. So
oh,
now I understand when directors call cut or a performer calls cut, they want you to stay as still as possible and not
mhm.
like go across the room and
Yeah,
get on your phone or something like that. Cause
yeah.
it makes for like a harder like cut point to like start back from. Like so I was like, oh, I get it now. Like I've been making these people miserable by like doing I don't even know what. So I'm kind of more I think it's actually made me a better performer, like to be a director as well, because you're more like aware of like the camera and like how it works and yeah. So
For sure. I will say that's 100% true. I love shooting performers who also direct because they intuitively know what I need.
yeah.
They know, like we were speaking earlier, we started this podcast and my dogs barked while you were in the middle of answering a question. And I was like, okay, we need to cut this out. And you knew to go back to me asking you the question so that you could start up by answering the question so
Yeah.
that we had like, we didn't have to try to splice words together. And I was like, this girl understands directing.
I've been lucky to learn a lot since I've started directing and I got to like be like mentored by a mind geek director and I got to like learn a lot from him and I'm like really grateful that I've gotten to like learn so much and do something that because it's really hard to direct. Like learning how to use a camera took me like a long time, and like
Mhm.
understanding like all this. Like I have so much more respect for directors now than I did when I was a performer. Like,
Mhm.
it's not just, I never thought it was that, but like one day I was on set and I was already directing, and it was like a few months ago, and the sound guy was like, "You're just pushing a button." And I was like, "Okay, no, I wish it was just shooting a button. Like, no, it is not." Like, I was like baffled that he would even say that, because so much like goes into it. Like, I had to learn how to set up my lights and like put on diffusers and test shadows and the white balance and color correction and like so much that I was like, I can't believe you even just said that. So it really made me appreciate like the work that directors do and like how much hard they work to like shoot good content.